Hello, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to make this card. I did a showcase when they the catalog hadn't gone live yet, and this was one of the cards I made. I'm going to do it slightly different, but basically the same colors and different background here is what basically all I'm doing different. But I thank you for watching, and my name is Janice LaRoche, and I'm a stamping nana. And my website is www.astampingnana.com, and I will have it listed below, as well as my blog, which will have all the measurements and supplies that you will need to make this card. So let me tell you what I used, and then we'll get started. So for the paper, I used something out of the annual catalog, and it was the Delightfully Detailed Laser Cut Specialty Paper. But they do have some new laser cut paper in the Occasions catalog. If you're inclined to order that, that'd be fine too, but I have some of this, so that's what I used. And then in the Occasions catalog, I used the Tea Together stamp set, this one, on page 49. And it's very pretty, lovely, I love it, and the sayings are pretty as well. And then for the dies, you can get them free in the Sale-A-Brations catalog until March 31st. And this ends on March 31st. But the dies match basically this, and the little thing. You get two of those, the little buds, and you get like 3 leaves to cut out all at once. So it's really a cool die set that you can earn with a $100 purchase from the annual catalog, the regular Occasions catalog, any of the sale clearance items that are up there on the website. So check it out. There's some really neat deals out there, and you can get you a free die set. Right, so now for the actual card, let me bring all my stuff over here. You will need the stamp set, the Tea Together, and the dies, so Tea Time framelit dies, and your card, which measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Then you'll need like 2 pieces of paper to stamp your, or just scrap paper to stamp your teapot and your cup and saucer on, and you'll need a piece of the pre-cut laser cut paper, and then a piece of the Balmy Blue cardstock, and this measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, so just under the 4 1/4 and the 5 1/2 for those, just slightly under, so you have a tiny little border around the edge, right? And I think that's about it for those. So, and a little piece of string for your little tea bag, like here. I put the little tea bag on a string, and your little, I think this is a 1/16 of an inch hole punch. Colors I used, again, I used the Granny Apple Green and Garden Green for the leaves on the card, or on the flower for the teapot. And then I used crushed curry for the center of this one little flower, and then Balmy Blue for the teapots. So that was something else I used. And you'll need a blender pen. So these, and I have, and your ink, of course, is Night of Navy. And I have a little sponge here. I'm going to dab the edge of my not just the edge, but I'm going to dab all this with some liquid glue. I think I'm going to do that rather than trying to just put a little bit around the sides. So let's get started. And I did stamp off 4 times with the Night of Navy because I wanted it really, really light, the blue. So I already have the cup and the teapot stamped. And I just basically want to show you like what I did and how I assembled these or colored them like. But I have my stamps here. Well, that was the cup I've already stamped, and the teapot. So I took the little flower and then the rose. Let me get some paper to stamp off on. Just some scrap here. Move these out of my way. Don't need them. I already stamped them. Scraps. So using Night of Navy, and I'll show you the difference. Like, if you stamp it once, it's dark. Twice, it's a little bit lighter. 3, it's a lot lighter. And then 4, it's barely visible. So between 3 and 4, I kind of like those. So that's what I'm aiming for. One of these two kind of shades on both of my parts. So let's ink that up again and do it again. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place it. I got it backwards. About there. Right? And then the cup, same thing. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put it about there. So there's our cup. And I'll clean those off in a little. And shut my case. Now all I did on these, and I'll kind of show you a little, is I lightly just colored with the balmy blue in a circle around the center, like that. And then like just around the edges of the colors. Just sort of kind of traced around, except for here I colored that in. So just trace around. It doesn't matter if you're going out, because you're going to cut this off. And then I want a piece around the cup. And you don't even have, you can scribble. It doesn't matter. You're going to blend it all with your blender pen. Same thing with the teapot. Well, let's just color around your rose petals. Not heavy, just lightly. And then same thing with your teapot. Let's just do this around the edge of the teapot and down here where you think there would be like a shadow. And then I want that colored in, and maybe a shadow in here. And then you can color around this, and we'll just pull some of the blue inside when we're doing the marker. I mean the water blender pen. Just color around the edge. And up here too. We'll just pull a little bit of that shade in. I'll show you how it works. We'll start with the cup. Make sure your blender pen is clear. There's nothing on it. And then you just like bring all this color up your petal. Can you see that? How I blended that right up there? Right, and then just keep going like that. And then here you can color that whole thing, just blend it in. So you're just going around your edges just to get a little bit of shading. And this does make your paper wet, so you don't want to do it too much. Right? Finish off my flower. Oh, and I didn't put a bit of yellow in the middle. There we go. And then my leaves. Color there, there. And do a little bit of the dark on top because I don't want it too bright. And we'll blend that too. No, take your aqua paint and make sure there's no color on it. Blend it. See how I have this line right there and that line right there? And that's smooth now, this one. Let's show you how that works. You just blend it and it spreads out all that color. See? No lines anymore. watercoloring is so easy to do, blending with these watercolor pencils. I just absolutely love them. So anyways, this is how you color. And then we're going to cut that out with the die cuts, right? And I already have that done. So through the magic of our video, there is our finished colored thing. So we're just going to put our card together now. And what I decided to do, like I said, is I'm going to use my silicone mat. And I'm going to use the white side of my paper. So I want to glue this side. Let's see if I can, I forgot to get some liquid glue. I need some, that'll do. Put a pile of little glue up there on your silicone mat. Your Tombow adhesive, whatever. And then soak it all up with your sponge. Just designate this sponge for glue only. Put it in an airtight container and it'll be fine. Or just use a little piece of one and then toss it. Then hold down your thing and just dab. Dab all around the edge. And in the middle. So we have glue on that. And then we're going to take it and put it onto our balmy blue. And about right there will be perfect there. So I think it's easier to do it that way rather than trying to get glue all the way around the edge. There. Now for these I did put, and that's another one I did on the back, but nobody's going to see the back. I already got my dimensionals on here. But let me show you how I put the little saying on. All I did was I stamped "The love is a warm cup of tea" on a piece of white, and I cut it out. And then I glued it onto a piece of balmy blue and cut around it with my scissors. I don't have a punch for these, so I just fussy cut it. Oh, you can tell I kind of fussy cut it a little crooked, but nobody will notice. Then I put a piece of this string through the hole that I punched with the tiny little, I believe it's 1/16 hole punch. And this string or thread, I believe I got in either a paper pumpkin kit or a kit from one of the Stampin' Up! Kits. I can't remember, but it was in my stash, so that's what I'm using. You could use a piece of thread or twine or anything to be your tea bag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue this on the back so it hangs like down like that, right? So let's stick a piece of adhesive. I'll use snail. You could just stick it to these as well. And I'm going to put it right in the corner here so it looks like it's inside the lid. So we'll go that way. And that'll be perfect, about right like there. So bring that up so it's not hanging out. Take off all your little backings for your dimensionals. And then we are going to put you about there in the center on the top. So now you can, I do have a dimensional on this, so it's stationary, so it doesn't flop around. I'm going to like stick it about there. No, over a bit. Cover up my rose there. So I'll put it about there. And now the cup, same thing. Just take your dimensionals off the back. And we'll put this down near the bottom, over to the right, there. It's on there. And then we're just going to take it and use some snail. Or you could use liquid glue, it doesn't matter. And we're going to put this, oops, don't stick yet. On here. That'll be good. Yeah. So there is our card. And you can stamp on the inside like Happy Mother's Day or Happy Birthday or anything to do with something to do with love. What other sentiments was in here? Happy Mother's Day. And this one is our love is a bond that covers years through life's joys and sometimes tears. A bond that stands the test of time. Mother and daughter, hearts entwined. So if it was from you to your mother, the daughter or whatever, you could put that sentiment on the inside. I think it's very beautiful, beautiful set. So I thank you for watching. I do have some kits available. If you check my blog out under the home tab, you can check my blog for measurements and everything you'll need for this. Then under the kits tab, I have 2 kits available, and I might make a kit available for this, and I will upload it shortly. If you purchase any of the bundles that I've mentioned in my kits, then I would send them for free this month. And I will make up one for this. I'll do that. That's something else I'll do. Another one for I'm going to call it Tea Together bundle. And you actually don't even have to buy the dies, because you can get them for free. So as long as you buy the stamp set and maybe the designer series paper, like this paper in the back and a few other things, I might check out. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. Check out my kit page. You'll love all the stuff I've made for kits. Are pretty, and I hope you check it out. I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and you all have a great evening. Good night. All the stuff will be listed below. Check subscribe, please. And also on my blog, if you can click follow, you'll get notifications when I upload new content. So click follow, click subscribe, and you'll get notices when I'm doing new stuff. Yay! All right, thanks for watching. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.